Hi guys, this is video number 8, day 10. Remember we skipped the weekend, but it's video number 8. So today, 9th of August, is a public holiday in South Africa, and I'm celebrating with everybody else. It's Women's Day, it's Women's Month, and very, very appreciative and loving of the women in my life. Okay, I did say the last time that it's going to become a little bit more scripted as we go along. Still going to try and keep this to less than 5 minutes so that it's succinct and focused. I think one of the things that we need right at the beginning is some form of a framework or a roadmap, and I'll talk briefly about that today. And then my thinking is that you need a box of tools. You need tools to help you do all these things. And then critically, I think if the pawpaw hits the fan, like I've just shared with you 10 days ago or 8 days ago, in my case, and it could be in your case as well, if you do lose the income or you do lose the job, what do you do first? What's the critical next steps? And I'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit more detail tomorrow. Or what are the critical things that you can do in order to have short-term impact in terms of where you are? I shared a couple of tools with you already, and just in recap, I shared the circle of control, and I want to come back to that one in a day or two just to talk to you a little bit more detail about that, because I believe that's a very useful tool in terms of dealing with those feelings of uncertainty when everything is up in the air and you don't know where anything is going really. You're literally sitting in no man's land, almost like that trapeze artist that has now left the one trapeze and he's now swinging in the air, hoping like hell that the other trapeze will be there at the exact right moment when he needs it, right? So that's the kind of feeling. It's that in the middle of nothing and nowhere, that kind of feeling. So circle of control can help in that sense. I'll come back to that one. And I also shared the Pareto principle with you. That's the 80-20 principle. And just as a matter of interest, I spoke about that tool. Just for your reference, here's my little activity log that I made. It literally says, guys, there's a date on it. There's a start and an end time. There's a duration. There's an activity description. And then that very important question, did I plan to do this at this time or not? And then some notes for myself. So I'll share that as I go along. That's one more tool that you can use. And then another tool or approach or process, I guess, is we need to then stand back and define the options we've got on the table going forward. And that is the critical aspect, I think, of the journey. Now, in terms of coming back to that roadmap, I think the roadmap is so simple. We all know this. We've all seen this before, guys. It's a matter of I need to ask, where am I right now? So what's my status quo? It's my current situation. And I need to somehow determine or define for myself, where do I want to go? So the current picture of where I am, status quo, plus the picture of the future. And then logically, we need to define some form of a road from where I am to where I'd like to go. That's the framework. That's the big plan. In between those 2 points, I think there's a whole lot of questions that one needs to answer and a whole lot of things, obviously, that you need to do. I think the most important question in that process is why? Why are you doing all of this stuff? Why do you want to determine or create a plan B for yourself? It really is important because that's the kind of stuff that will keep you going when it really becomes difficult to keep going. That's the first thing. Then there's a couple of other questions. You need to know what to do. You need to figure out how to do it. I think how is much less important. Once I've defined the why, I think that's the most important one. What I think then will come pretty naturally from the why that I've defined. And then the how and the when is almost mechanistic, right? How you can figure out, guys, we can all figure out how to do something. And I will share with you the tools that I explore as we go along as well. So just in a nutshell again, it's where I am, where I'd like to go, and then I need to define that journey in between. As we go along, I will explore that framework and I'll share what my framework looks like with you. And I'll share obviously all the tools that I use on that journey. But as I said, the most important question for me there is the why question. I hope that helps a little bit. No feedback yet from my network, so hold thumbs for me. I'm taking deep breaths and I'm working on the mindset aspects, and I'll share more with you in terms of what I'm doing for mindset in tomorrow's session. So we'll chat again tomorrow.